All right, you grasshoppers. Big day today, this Friday. We got the two beautiful people on here on True Grit Life podcast. So I'm going to tell you a little story about Paul and Jill Salamoni. So I met them at the gym probably, 4 or 5 years ago, probably. And, Jill was the typical snob, not talking to anybody. Paul's got all the tattoos and everything like that. I'm thinking, this guy's a real meathead. And I totally misjudged both of them. Two fantastic people, become very good friends of mine. Ton of respect for them, what they've done in their lives, what they're doing in the business world. Not just with Elevate Nutrition, but a lot of fitness. And Paul has another business as well. So welcome Paul and Jill Salamone to the True Grit Life podcast. They are also my partners with Elevate Nutrition. So real honor to have them here on the show. Welcome, guys. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. We're honored to be on the show.
Did I pretty much describe you two when I first met you at the gym? Like you're the meathead and Joe was the snob. Is that pretty accurate or what?
No,
I think that's pretty accurate. But you, of course, are a fine, upstanding citizen.
Oh, totally. I was perfect.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah, we forgot to mention that part, but that was very true. Yeah.
Of course.
All right. So we're not going to get into a ton of details about your past, but I guess it's safe to say you guys were not in the fitness mode like you are now. What don't you tell us about? You don't have to get a lot of details. Tell us about where you were many years ago and how you made this journey.
Sure.
Jill, you want to take that?
I'll take part of it.
Sure.
So 8 years ago, we were very big partiers. We were eating a ton of crappy food. We'd go to the gym to say we went to the gym, but we weren't really into the gym, if that makes sense. And we just weren't really into nutrition. We would eat whatever we wanted. We would stay out all night, and we were just very unhealthy. And one day we just decided to clean up our act because it was either that way or something bad. And we went vegan and we started getting into the fitness world, and now we're here.
Long story short, that sums it up.
I got so when we first started, I set a goal to do a bikini competition to try to lose weight and get into shape. And that was for 3 years. And then I became a personal trainer from that because I wanted to help other people get to their goals. Like I got to mine and feel good and look good. And that's basically it. I don't know, Paul.
Yeah, no, to piggyback off that, I mean, Jill and I were living a crazy life. We were, kind of a different mindset back then than we have now. We were into partying. We weren't into health. We weren't into fitness. We were both in dead end jobs that we just couldn't stand, and we were unhappy and miserable. And we knew something had to give. And Jill and I have always kind of been on the same page throughout our journey. And when we were partying together. And when we got good, we got good together. And what we really just kind of decided to do about 5 or 6 years back was just completely change the script, shift everything. And from changing our diet to changing our fitness routine or getting into fitness routine to starting our own businesses, changing our mindset, getting into more health, wellness, meditation, yoga, running, and really just educating ourselves on how to live a fulfilled life and change our mindset.
It's an amazing story, really. The big part to me that you said there, you just did yourself, right? I mean, you went from being like two totally different people to what you are now, and really it's a process on your own. So you are both vegans, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So when we talk about Elevate Nutrition, it is
Hey, you guys there?
Yep. It is Elevate Nutrition is a plant-based product, but that means it's specifically for vegans. It's for anybody that wants to be healthy, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, we're not only targeting the vegan community. We wanted to make a product that was for everybody, for people who just couldn't tolerate. Should I keep going?
We'll get him back. He'll come back.
All right. The people that couldn't tolerate whey protein, athletes, anybody really. It's not just for the vegans.
Right. So Paul, we were just discussing that you guys are both vegans. You can hear us okay now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Did you guys hear anything that I said or not?
We weren't paying attention, but we heard.
No, that's fine.
Jill and I were just discussing how you were both vegans, but your plant-based product, Elevate Nutrition, is not just for vegans. It's for anybody that wants to be healthy.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the idea behind the company, really, is just to create products that not only taste really good, but are appeal to everybody, and kind of ideal macros, ideal nutrients, all natural, and taste delicious.
So you guys just decided, we're going to make a plant-based healthy product, And right now you have BCAAs, so branched chain amino acids, and your protein. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, correct.
And so how did that all, I mean, like everybody hasn't seen it, the design of the logos and how you, the stuff that you put into your products, you guys came up with all that, correct?
We did.
Wow.
Yeah, 100%. So we came up with all that, and really like the idea behind the whole thing, and it goes back to what you were saying before, Tom, is how it appeals to everybody. When we first went vegan and we started looking for supplements in the industry, nothing really appealed to us, right? The marketing didn't appeal to us. Nothing was for mainstream fitness. The products didn't really taste good. So Jillian and I decided to create the company that appealed to mainstream, had great branding, but not only that, had, quality formula, quality ingredients, and really kind of was for like modern fitness and the modern athlete.
So it's funny too, when I met you guys, you would tell me about meditation, you talked about the vegan products and salads and all that kind of stuff. And I was that typical meathead. You just wanted to bench press as much as I could, and deadlift as much as I could. And like the thought of like putting a salad on my plate or something, like my green just doesn't go in there's no green in my kitchen.
Yeah, right.
Now I'm eating quinoa and chia seeds and chickpeas and all that stuff and kale.
I would like Jillian and I take full responsibility for the transformation of Tom Laidlaw.
Well,
amazing.
It was a transformation too. I fought it hard too. I fought hard.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, but look at you now, man. Look at you now.
Oh, I know. I sit down. I have we actually went for lunch together for our first business meeting for Elevate Nutrition. We went to, what was it?
Dig In.
Dig In. That's what it was.
Yes.
Dig In. So that's all. It's not just limited to vegan products, but it's all healthy stuff, all salads, and we had a kale salad with beets and everything like that. I hadn't had a beet, I don't think, since my mother made me beets back 55 years ago or something. So.
Are your lifts just as strong?
Pardon me?
Are you just as strong?
Yeah, totally.
Eating plants? Yeah, right.
And and obviously there's a big debate about plant-based products. Everybody's seen it. There's that documentary that's on Netflix, Game Changers. That
Yeah.
It gets into talking about all the plant-based products and the benefits. And it's funny now. I think Joe Rogan had a podcast with some doctors, not trying to, but showing the other side of it that maybe it doesn't make sense. But we had this discussion that for me, I don't know really if I listen to the doctors. I just know how I feel. When I'm having a healthier diet, which is, I'm not totally plant-based or I'm not vegan like you guys, but I just feel so much more healthy when I eat better like that, more salads and vegetables and everything. So.
Yeah, that's what I always tell people, because everyone's always looking to debunk it or saying that this doctor said this or this study said this. And what I tell them is just try it and see how you feel. I go by how I feel by what I eat, and I feel amazing. So, and it's worked I've been vegan for 6 years.
So did you just become vegan one day, or is it a gradual progression to get to that point where you're vegan?
That's actually a good question. It was gradual. We started with, we used to eat so much turkey meat, like ground turkey, every night. So that started, we got rid of that first, got rid of meat first. Dairy came a second, and then we stopped eating fish last because What?
Did you know you were going to be doing this in this process, or is this?
No, it just kind of happened. Right. We started the dairy. When I started competing, I wasn't fully knowledgeable on what vegan really was. And I hired a coach, and I was eating these protein bars, and she's like, there's whey in those protein bars. I'm like, what's that? Like, not what's that, but like that's considered dairy. So I really learned a lot when I was competing what was considered completely vegan. And I kind of did it that way. So when I was competing on a plant-based team, I started slowly transitioning out. And the last thing to go was fish. And what happened was, on our honeymoon, after we got married, I was in Mexico and ate fish tacos every single day because that's all I was eating at the time. And I got very bad food poisoning for like 5 days. And I took it as a sign that that was it.
Oh, okay.
And then we both went vegan.
Well, the real true vegan, they don't even use any leather products at all. Like, is that
right? They don't use leather, fur, nothing that came from an animal.
So
right,
did you guys go that far?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, we do. I mean, I don't have anything. I would never buy something made of fur or leather at this point. Right. And we're into the point now that a lot of pre-workouts and things like that are even processed with animal products, meaning they're filtered through animal bones. I would never buy a product that has something like that.
So right now, I've changed my diet a lot, but there's a term, I think, was it flexitarian or something, where I still eat fish.
Pescatarian.
Pescatarian, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that the other day, and I thought it was some kind of religion or something. But
Period. Yeah.
So where are you? I mean, obviously, in your belief, the correct way to eat is to be a vegan. But if somebody is a flexitarian, is that still healthy?
Listen, at the end of the day, because I get a lot of questions, and that documentary that you mentioned, Game Changers, has brought a lot of questions to me from people who are currently eating animal products. And what I tell people is, even if you're like 80%, anything is better than nothing, or even just adding more nutrients, more plants into your diet. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't even eat enough vegetables or fruit to begin with. So I try to tell people to fuel themselves that way, and then even reducing like 20% and stop eating red meat. Eat it only once a week or things like that.
Right. Paul, you're back with us.
I'm back. I'm sorry, guys. And
I'm really leading this thing.
You're doing well, but I'm supposed to be the tech guy, and I can't get it together today. So
the universe is not on my side.
Or it is.
Just sit there and look pretty, all right, Paul?
All right, you got it. That's what I'm going to try to do.
All right, so we were just discussing the whole vegan and how you guys got there and healthy, whether it's healthy, not healthy, somebody else not becoming a total vegan or anything.
Yeah.
So this product that Elevate Nutrition, like we said, it's a healthy product. It's not, you don't have to be vegan, you don't have to be anything. It's just a healthy way to get your proteins, your branch chain amino acids. While we're talking about it, explain branch chain amino acids and what that does for you.
Sure. So branch chain amino acids are the building blocks of the protein, right? So basically, when you're an athlete, when you're a bodybuilder, they are the amino acids responsible for the muscle building and also the recovery of your muscles, right? So when you're an athlete, when you're a bodybuilder, even when you're just trying to supplement and get your protein in there, it's great to supplement with the branch chain amino acids because it's going to give your muscles kind of those extra aminos to kind of fuel you to the next level.
Oh, very cool. So that's why, so you picked protein, which obviously is crucial to just a healthy diet, and the branched chain amino acids in your first two products specifically for those reasons, because it really helps the muscle grow.
Yeah, for sure. And the cool thing about the branched chain amino acids in our formula is that we do it so that you sip it while you're working out, right? So it's not like a protein where you're doing it as a meal replacement or before or after. You're actually drinking it while you're working out. So not only does it kind of give you the aminos to fuel yourself, but what it does also, it helps in hydration. So it's kind of like almost like a new age Gatorade, right? Where it gives you hydration, gives you your electrolytes, right? And it just gives you that extra boost to keep going without any kind of stimulants. It's just a natural way.
So if you're working out in the morning and you take the branched chain amino acids, the BCAAs, is coffee still necessary to you to help you get that boost?
So listen, we are avid coffee drinkers. So we do drink coffee before we work out, no, for sure. However, the BCAAs, it's totally different. It kind of just it helps propel you and continuously kind of go towards your workout. So there won't be any dips or crashes. It's just a natural way of kind of fueling your body to continue moving forward without any.
Also, caffeine dehydrates you, and the BCAAs hydrate your body. So you definitely feel better when you're drinking BCAAs rather than even though I love coffee. It's just, it's completely different. So it's called balance, Tom. It's balance. You drink, hydrate.
All or nothing. All or nothing. All or nothing. So you drink your coffee more. You just enjoy your coffee. That's really doesn't affect, you're not looking at coffee to get a boost. Your BCAA really gives you your boost. Is that correct?
100%. Yeah. Coffee in the morning. And then when we hit the gym, you just sip the BCAAs throughout, and it'll just give you that extra kind of edge.
Right. So what's next for Elevate Nutrition? We've got these two products now. What's going up next?
So big things, man. I'll tell you. So right now we're actually undergoing an equity crowdfunding raise. So we're looking for investors. We've been able to raise almost 130,000 so far. And the reason we're doing that is so we can bring more plant-based products out to our users and our market. So we have already, Jillian and I have been working on 3 new flavors of protein. So the idea is to come out with a whole new line, or not new line, but adding to our line of dessert flavored proteins. We're also coming out with the pre-workout, which would be a replacement for the coffee, which we could talk about. That's a little bit of a different play. And then we have about 5 different products in the queue that we're going to be looking to launch also. So big things for 2020.
And so if people want to get Elevate Nutrition products, where can they get it right now?
So right now we're on Amazon. So you can just search for Elevate Protein on Amazon or Elevate BCAAs on Amazon, and then also elevatenutrition.com. And I believe, you have we have a discount code for Elevate Nutrition as well.
We love discounts.
Yeah.
We love discounts.
Yeah.
And so you have the crowdfunding. And so how can people get involved if they want to be part of Elevate Nutrition to the crowdfunding?
Yeah, sure. So it's all of our campaign page info is on startengine.com. We can probably add the link here directly to our campaign page. But basically what that does is it has all the info on the investment opportunity. We wanted to open it up to all of our customers. So it's as little as $300 per person to actually own equity within the company. So, it's a good investment opportunity to get involved in a company at the, early stages.
Right. And what really attracted me, I mean, everybody knows I've got my True Grit Life going on, and with Paul and Jill, they really are True Grit Life people. And I think their product, Elevate Nutrition, is a True Grit Life product. And that's why it was such a good idea for us to get together. So, I mean, the reason I say that is, I mean, everybody, for me, True Grit Life, it's a discipline, devotion, dedication. Getting up every day and doing your job. There's a lot of days, nobody's writing great articles about you going to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning or your life story, how you guys have taken yourself where you were 7 or 8 years ago to where you are now. So I think that's why it was such a good, the True Grit Life and the Elevate Nutrition was such a good thing. So people, if you want to be involved, it's that whole, it's a lifestyle thing too, really, right? It's not just the products, it's the whole lifestyle of Elevate.
Yeah, for sure. And first of all, to all the viewers out there, Tom Laidlaw is the real deal. So Jillian and I have watched him since we've met him, and this dude is consistent. He wakes up every day, and he works out like a beast. So I just want to let everyone know there's no smoke and mirrors going on here.
Remember the one day, we'll get back to that. This one day, it was really funny. Just back in the days where I was really still trying to do the real heavy weights, and I was deadlifting. And I don't know, I think it was maybe 475 pounds or 500 pounds.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize Paul was watching me in the gym, but I tried to lift it one time, didn't get it up. And now I'm getting mad, right? So now I wait for Sack, I walk around, I'm stomping all over the gym, I'm like getting mad and sweating and everything. I go back at it again, I go to lift it again, I can't get it again. Now I'm getting more mad, right? And I'm thinking, okay, now you got your choice at that point, right? You can say, okay, I'll get it tomorrow, walk away, take the weights off and try something else. But no, stubborn me, I had to get that weight. And like, the more I did it, the more tired I got. It was kind of defeating the purpose. And I didn't want to wait. I was getting so mad at myself and so frustrated. So I finally got up there and I did it, and the whole body's shaking and everything. And again, I didn't realize Paul was watching. As soon as I got done, he comes running over me with the high fives and like yelling and screaming.
I don't remember that. And I've never seen anyone do that. I've never seen anyone fail at a max lift and then get it the third time. I was amazed. I was like,
all at 5 a.m., by the way.
At 5 a.m.
Oh, God. We're yelling like a bunch of idiots in the gym, too.
Oh, my God.
But that's, really, I think that is True Grit Life. That's Elevate Nutrition. It's, it's making a change in your life. I think so many people get that idea at any age. But, okay, this is who I am. I can't do that. Or, I'm not as in good a shape as Jill, or I'm not as good a shape as Paul. You guys have made yourselves into something different. You changed your lives and made yourself into different people, correct?
Yeah, I have, I guess me being in the fitness industry, I think it's hard for me because a lot of people think that because of the way I look now that it's impossible for them. Like I was just born this way, but Paul was like 100 pounds heavier and not of muscle. I could show pictures, and I was 40 pounds overweight, and I was very unhealthy. I mean, I couldn't even run a half a mile. I was so weak, and I was miserable. Like, talk about being negative too on top of that. So I think people look at us and they're like, oh, it's so easy, but it's not. We definitely had a journey of like 8 years. And we're still working on it every day. So we still have our struggles.
Right.
100%.
And for you guys too, like Paul is a really serious, like in shape, like lean and everything, but he's also like a powerful powerlifter, and he does powerlifting competitions, correct, Paul?
Correct. Yes.
We call him the hybrid because he looks good. Yeah, because he looks good, right? He's lean, but he can powerlift. He's a hybrid.
I wasn't going to eat powerlifting to eat a bunch of donuts. I want to still look good while doing it.
So everybody hates him, by the way. That's not pretty guy.
Exactly.
But it's true. I think a lot of people going to the whole diet thing feel, and this was in the Game Changers documentary, people just assume that to get really strong like that, you have to have your meats and your fish and your chicken. Yeah. But Paul is strictly vegan, so there's none of that. It's all plant-based products. Excuse me. And he can, what do you bench press now? At least 450 pounds, or where are you at?
So my best in competition is 407.
407.
So I did 407 in competition, but that is a pause bench press, right? So this is not a kind of hesitate and go or do a quick or balance. You have to pause, wait for the judge to tell you to lift, and then you lift. So
you get 407 pounds,
Yeah.
get it onto your chest.
Yeah. And you have to let it sit there, which feels like an eternity.
Right.
It's realistically probably only about a second and a half, but it feels like you're there for about a half hour. You wait for the judge to tell you, and then you press it up. Yeah.
And this is all on vegan diet, right?
All on a vegan diet, and I weighed 198 pounds at the time.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Wow.
and I actually had the top bench press in all of the competitions, so we beat out like 20 guys who were all meat eaters. So.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So they're looking at you. They hate you at that point. Here's this lean, good-looking guy. Beat him in the bench press, right? So what about squat? What's your squat?
So right now my squat's actually stronger now than it was. So during my competition, my best was 480. Right. My squat now is probably around like a 510.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. And that's with a torn glute. So I battled back from there.
Don't do that.
But,
thank you. Yeah. Nobody wants to hear it.
I know, seriously. Jill, now in your competitions, you're not doing weightlifting. It's more physique in your competition.
So I don't compete anymore. I did it in the beginning, but that was all based on like the way you look, right? You're judged on the way your body looks, but I'm kind of done with that. I'm more into like getting stronger. I want to be strong. And then I don't really care about like leaning out anymore. The dieting was kind of intense for me. And but yes.
And with your diet now, you hear a lot of people complain all the time on really strict diets. It's like, oh, I never enjoy myself. I don't like my food. It's too much hard work. I mean, since I've cleaned up my diet, I think to myself, I'm going to cook a dinner anyways. So why don't I just cook a healthy dinner, right? It is no more time. And what I've learned, even with foods like quinoa, if you initially have quinoa, you have it by itself, it's nothing. But if you mix it in with a salad or whatever you're mixing it with, it adds those extra nutrients and everything, and then it just takes on the food or whatever food that you're eating. Correct?
Yeah, you could definitely make it fun. I think people think about like this whole like dieting thing, and having to like restrict calories, and eat like just this little thing of brown rice and a piece of chicken or a piece of tofu and making it so bland. It doesn't have to be that way. We still eat a variety of foods, and the good thing about us being plant-based is we get to eat a lot more than you guys do. We get to eat a lot more volume. I get home very late. I get home at like 8 o'clock from work. And I'm starving. If you saw my plate, you would like what I'm eating for dinner. It's so much food. It's because it's less calories. Everything's less calories, so I can eat more volume, which is amazing.
Yeah, and it's a lifestyle. Like Jill said, it's not a diet, right? So it's fun for us, especially being husband and wife combo, to like find new and exciting things to eat and to be able to cook different things or find new restaurants that have good food. So we don't feel like the lifestyle that we live is restricting at all. If anything, it's opened us up to more.
Right. See, and I think that's one of the big things. Don't you think, instead of concentrating on a diet or concentrating on your exercising, look at it as a lifestyle, and it's all part. It's the way you look at life. It's what you eat, what time you get up, what time you go to bed. It's a whole healthy lifestyle thing. It's going for walks, all that stuff, correct?
100%, man. It's a mindset. You know what I mean? I know that term is overused, but like the mindset of waking up early, of exercising, of eating right, of doing the right thing. And for me, meditating, I mean, that's huge in my routine, right? And it's just keeping your mind clear. It's keeping your body clear. And to me, that kind of translates into everything. Like that helps in business, that helps in relationships, right? If you feel good, if you're healthy, if your mind's good, everything around you is going to be good. You know?
Yeah, I've noticed for me with everything I do now, even the things like going out and being on Survivor, I don't even know if I would have even thought about doing that prior to kind of changing my mind around a healthy lifestyle, right?
Exactly. It all goes together. Yeah.
People ask, do you miss eating chicken, or don't you miss eating pizza, or don't you miss like going out to the bars and being able to drink? And it's no, because of how you feel, like the lifestyle thing, right? It's not a diet, but I feel the best. I mean, I'm 34 and I feel like I'm 21. I feel younger now than I did when my 20s. My 20s, I was like so, so it's definitely not restricting or hard or miserable. It's actually the opposite.
Okay, good. So what's next, Paulie? What's the next competition? You're going to break get 500-pound bench press soon?
I'm just trying to keep up with you, man.
Yeah. Now I'm the guy. So everybody that's seen me work out, I think people see some of my videos. I have this balance board now, so I do all my exercises.
Oh my God.
Balance boards.
Really?
So, yeah.
You made me do it.
Oh, it's been huge for me. It's been my core. I've never like a lot of people as you get. I'm not old, but as long as you get a little bit more experience, you get a sore back, bulging disc and all that kind of stuff. Since I started using the balance board, my core has never been stronger. I feel so much better. I can do things that I never thought I could do before, just in the gym, outside the gym. It's just like I just feel so much more confident with my body now because I've tightened up my core so much.
Yeah, and just for the users out there that just to understand, Tom's talking about squatting 300 pounds on a balance board, not like what normal people do and put 50 pounds on. 300, I've seen it on a balance board.
It is funny, like you get in the gym and it's always the mirrors all over the place in the gym. And I know, I especially with the squats, I start squatting on the balance board, and I know people are looking. And as soon as I turn around and they're looking the other way, like I don't want to look like that. There's something wrong with that.
They don't even realize that you see them.
Yeah. Most people can't stand on it, and you have 300 pounds on your back.
He's a beast. He's a beast.
Well, listen, you guys have been a huge influence in my life, and like I said, I was joking around at the start there. Well, maybe I wasn't joking around at the start. When I first looked at you two, I thought, oh, God, here's that snobby girl.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah. And also, you guys have made a huge difference in my life. Just, I think even the meditation thing, and I was so negative towards all that kind of stuff. I was stuck in my ways. I was getting older. I said, no, this is the way I do it. I'm not going to change it. And now since I've changed things, I really honestly, I just feel like I can do anything now. I know it sounds kind of corny, but I think it's really helped the whole True Grit Life brand. And you guys have played a huge role in that too. So thank you very much for all that.
Yeah, no, thank you. And right back at you, man. So to watch how you've navigated your life, right, and all the things that you have been able to accomplish in life, and then to watch you continuously evolve, and it to me, that's an inspiration. And to us, that's something that we strive for. So,
all right, that's not being nice to each other. Right? No more.
I just want to say one thing too, because I saw the comment on the side, Jim, about his wife competing natural. I think that's amazing. I just want to touch base on it. I think it's amazing that she's doing that natural, and I think it's amazing that you guys are transitioning. And if you guys have questions, let me know, because because people told me that it wasn't possible to compete on a plant-based diet, and I went through 4 coaches, and I finally found one, and it kind of proved them wrong. So it's definitely possible. So
I'm glad you brought that up, Jill. I think that's a great point. And that's the one thing I've learned in my life that, I've learned a lot of things in my life, but one of the things I've learned that I think is most important for me now is that don't say to yourself that you can't do it. Whether it's because of height or age or weight or race, or whatever it is, if you got something that you want to do, I think all 3 of us are good examples of, listen, we wanted to do something. We wanted to change something. We wanted to go after something, and we did it. And I think there's lots of other people in the world that are doing that. And I think if we could send any message to people through the lifestyles that we have now, that we say people change it. Don't be sitting in a rut feeling sorry for yourself. Make changes. We'll help you. We're all available on Facebook and Instagram and all those places, and love to help us.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, that's enough. No more being nice to each other. No, that's it.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
All right. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.